Hi everyone, my name is Sonia Petkovich. I am the founder and CEO of Meowtel.com, which is an online marketplace platform that connects busy cat parents with trusted cat sitters near them, and we're in the business of providing the perfect hospitality. Yes, I am full of puns. So after talking to hundreds of cat parents and being a proud cat mom myself, the cat care challenge boils down to 3 key issues. First off is, we live in a dog's world. Nothing is made for cats, especially these dog-filled boarding facilities. Second one is, parents are just as finicky as their cats. On the right are real instructions from a Meowtel client that they left for their Meowtel sitter. They're usually more introverted, a little more analytical, and they really need their hands held. And when you ask a cat parent what their primary responsibility is, they will say that it is to provide their cat with love and affection on a daily basis, and they think their cat is a member of the family. That's a real Meowtel client living room and their cat toy box. Like, they're just absolutely obsessed with their cat. It's their child. And dogs are kind of more like the training wheels for kids. Cat parents, it's kind of a 50-50 chance that they'll ever have kids, so the cats are the babies. So taking all these issues into account, I set off with a bold vision for the company, and I wanted to digitize that social experience that you can get at the dog park and bring it to cat people. So Meowtel's vision is to create an online connected community that enriches the lives of cats and everybody who loves them. And the reason why it's necessary is the pet and care industries are extremely fragmented. So this is my pet tech matrix. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see all the dog-centric companies. You have your Rovers, you have your Wags, and they specialize in on-demand dog care. As you go down to the bottom right, it's more low-tech options like, yeah, you can go to your vet and board your cat, but it's again with dogs. Or maybe you go to Cat Connection here in Dallas, which is an all-cat boarding facility, but still, that's not what cat parents want. They want their kitties to stay in the comfort of their own homes. And have a cat person who knows how to care for cats come in. So Meowtel has been around for roughly 2 years. We've done a lot of research. We know our customer, and we are super niche, and we're going to stay that way. So this is what Meowtel looks like. You can whip out your phone, go to meowtel.com, put in your zip code, and with just a few clicks, you can find a trusted, background-checked, and fully insured cat sitter near you that you can go ahead and make a reservation with just 4 clicks. And that's my proud baby being a model for this holiday season. We generate revenue by taking up to a 25% commission off of every reservation that comes to the platform. And we've been tracking kind of the initial early adopter customers that have come onto the website in 2016, and their lifetime value is hovering right around $500 right now. So we know that we can continue to increase this value as they stay with us for the entire cat's life, and then when they get their next cat, they'll stay with us. And the cat market is surprisingly very large, and this is just the US only. So 1 in 3 American households own a cat, making it the #1 pet in the country. Sorry, dog people. And we estimate that about 2/3 of these households need daily attention, either because their cats have special needs or dietary requirements. A lot of cats require wet food, which is a twice-a-day feeding. And then 75% of these cat households are traveling at least once a year for an extended duration. So you will need someone to come in and check on them. And the good news is the pet industry continues to grow each and every year, and the amount that these households are spending on cat kenneling continues to grow in double digits. So multiplying all these numbers together, you're looking at a market opportunity of over $5 billion each year, and that's just here in the US. And it's very easy for us to expand overseas. So our traction is the most exciting part right now. For the past year, we were humming along, testing and learning. And then in October, my co-founder and I asked ourselves, what can we do differently? So we made 2 quick and easy changes. We implemented some manual SMS so that everybody can get real-time notifications. And we also turned on Google AdWords. So we're only spending about $25 a day right now. Our cost per click is $1. And we've had some tremendous results. So we pretty much tripled our revenues from October to November. And then our pipeline for December is already 16,000. So we're growing like a weed. And how we define pipeline is anyone who has come onto the platform and made an inquiry. So we can track that and really figure out how we can match them with the right sitter. And the reason why there may be a gap is our supply side is constrained. And that's a good problem to have. So we're actively looking for new sitters. Other key metrics, we've had over 1,300 days or nights booked on the platform. Our customer acquisition cost is about $35, and then it just takes us 1 quarter to become profitable off these new customers. Our go-to-market strategy is pretty straightforward. We have about 7 focus cities that we want to funnel all of our marketing dollars into. And then for 2018, we just want to expand to 3 additional cities. So because we're here in Dallas, keep our backyard of Texas a big focus, and then Portland, Oregon, which is a big cat city. And these 10 cities will represent about 8 million cat-owning households, and we feel that this is more than enough cat households to go after right now while we're still small and growing. And then 2019 and beyond, we're going to become a household name across the country and also become a verb. So we're going to go Meowtel Fluffy for the weekends and kind of Uberize this experience. We are raising $500,000 in a convertible note. About half of this will go towards funding, getting the right talent on the team, and building out that infrastructure, because once we have customer success, we can make anything happen. And our goal by the end of next year is to achieve 26 reservations on a daily basis for a $1 million run rate. And again, if we just focus on those 10 cities, we just need about 3 bookings coming through in those focus cities. The team is led by myself. I'm an Oxford MBA, and my co-founder, Evan, he's a SMU grad with a background in finance. We are hiring for developer, customer success, and community manager, and we're lucky to be surrounded by a great team of advisors, mentors with extensive experience in strategic and management consulting, the pet industry, and also angel investing. So that concludes my presentation. I hope to get some good questions from you guys, and please ask me anything.
That was so cool. I was telling her earlier, I never even thought about this as a business idea because I'm not a cat owner. So it's just amazing to see how big the market opportunity is. So thank you for sharing all of that information. We're going to start the Q&A right now. I see we have one question already. It's about 15 minutes of Q&A. I'll come out onto the floor with the mic, and just hold on to it, because each time we always see that there's another question that comes up once one question begins. So just hold on to it, and I'll take it when you're done. I'll get you a second, Todd.
Thanks. Mark Mandel. So the question I have is, once the customers engage, how do you retain them continuing booking it through your site and not sidestepping you?
Disintermediation. Yes, I love it. So we offer premium insurance coverage for all of our sitters, which is a big draw to keep them coming back to the platform. And even just our repeat customers that keep coming back, so cat people, they're introverted. They don't want to have to text or call. They'd rather just go to a website, have this third party facilitate that experience, and just click and make a reservation without having to, I guess, engage directly with people. So just knowing our customer and having that insurance and other value-added bonuses. And we're working on a loyalty program as an extra incentive, so we think that will keep everybody coming back to the platform.
Hi, great job on your presentation. I'll start by saying I am a professed dog owner and lover, but that aside, I think you built a really interesting business, and presentation was great. You answered a lot of the key questions I had that came up, but I did want to talk supply side. You said you have a bit of a constraint. How do you find your sitters? And then tell me a little bit about the experience of how does a sitter come and take care of the cat?
Yeah.
So from a security standpoint, how are they coming and going if I'm out of town?
Sure. So to find our sitters, we've leveraged a variety of sites, whether that's Craigslist, Facebook. We exhibit at CatCon every year, which is a big cat convention in LA where 20,000 cat lovers come and visit us. We try to reach out to vet techs. Those are our most qualified sitters. They're usually underpaid, overworked at their vet offices and look for extra income. And then anybody who volunteers with trap, neuter, release organizations, whether if they foster cats, people who volunteer at shelters, those are also great candidates. So we try to reach out to those groups via social media and in-person connections. To answer the second part of your question, the experience. So every Meowtel booking, you can book once a day, twice a day, or an overnight stay, or even hosting, where the kitty goes and stays with the sitter. For a once a day, just general visit, it's minimum 30 minutes. When the client books, they'll receive 2 forms from us. So cat profile form, which just details out the behaviors of the cat, and then a vet release form in case of emergencies. I'd say over 90% of our clients ask that a meet and greet is set up prior to handing over the keys so that they can fully vet their sitter, make sure they jive with them, and there's no weird things going on. And then they would go to the platform, make a reservation, and either do the key handoff at the meet and greet or leave it under the mats or figure out some sort of handoff prior to the cat client traveling. And then at the end of a reservation, there's no formal like wrap-up or final report. That's something we want to implement. And we are rolling out a new chat app tomorrow, where it can even formalize like the actual drop-ins on behalf of the sitter a bit more. So when the sitter arrives, you can drop your location in the chat app that sends to the client, so they know that you're at the house. Then you send images, and then you can even check out when you're leaving and drop your location again, or however you want to do it. But we are really standardizing a lot of our processes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I guess the question that I have is more on, so are you all a marketplace where you all are taking a percentage? Is the sitter setting the rate, or who determines the rate?
Sitters set their own rates and availability. The average once-a-day drop-in rate is about $25.
Is your model, is it more similar to an Uber model where it's a location-based sitter, somebody who's already been approved, or is it more like Care.com where it's like lead generation and there's a full-on background check? Like which one is
like a
more similar?
Hybrid of Care.com and Airbnb.
And Airbnb.
So is this a service that somebody could find on TaskRabbit? Is my first question is, if I wanted a cat sitter, are there other places I can look? And my second question is, and I think you kind of answered this, but what if somebody doesn't show up? The cat can't really tell the tale. How do you verify that the cat has been cat set?
So yes, you could technically find a cat sitter off of TaskRabbit, or even sites like, I think Handy probably does the same thing, Care.com. But again, cat people, if someone's coming into their home, they want to know that A, they can trust them. So we are in the business of solving for trust. And they also want to know that this is a fully verified cat-loving person. So we have some gamification on the platform where they can earn verified badges and various different badges on their sitter profile based on how many bookings and inquiries and stuff like that they get. And then, second question. Yes. So right now, it's all based on an honor system. But back to the chat app, we want to standardize these processes. And we have done my co-founder and I have done scenario planning. So code red, code orange, emergency type situations or customer dissatisfaction. So we know how to handle those exactly when they arise. So I think the chat app and proper sitter education and training modules when they are onboarded onto the platform is going to help solve that.
I always thought of cats as being kind of self-sufficient. Again, I don't own one, but I dated somebody one time who had one, and it seemed like the cat could kind of take care of himself. So, like, what really drove you to start the business? Is it for extended, care for people who are traveling, or?
So I got the idea because I worked corporate and I was on the road 75% of the time. And my senior kitty, I would leave her home and I'd get back, there'd be presents on the floor everywhere. And she'd pretty much give me the cold shoulder for like a full 24 hours when I got home. And it was really hard to find, a great mom and pop sitter who I could trust and not have to call them and vet them each time. So I figured a marketplace could be a great fit for the cat owning segment of the US. And yes, you can argue cats are self-sufficient, but just after talking to so many cat parents, they think their cat needs love every day. And some of the bookings will come through on the platform where the sitter or the client just wants a drop-in visit once every 2 or 3 days, and that's completely fine. We're here to help them with that too. I'd say in terms of bookings, probably 2/3, if not more, are for everyday visits rather than every 2 or 3 days.
2 questions for you. First of all, you said insurance. I'd like to know, what does the insurance cover and to what limits that it covers? Okay. And the second one is, how specifically do you vet the sitters? I mean, you're getting people in Seattle. You live here. Mm-hmm. So can you explain to us how you really vet them?
Yep. So I'll start with the vetting. So they've come onto Meowtel, fill out an application, have to upload photos, have to upload information about their bank account, which also includes Social Security or photo ID or driver's license. And then if they want to earn a verified badge, they can provide 2 references for us who we actually call or email. And then, of course, they have to pass the basic background check, which will bring up misdemeanors, felonies, bankruptcies, the standard stuff. We are going to be rolling out a pre-screen and formal quiz that will test these potential sitters for their kind of value sets. So do they have passion? Do they have integrity? Do they have commitment? Are they punctual? So we'll be asking probing questions like that, and once they pass that, they can go into the sitter portal. If they don't pass, they cannot join us. And then for insurance, it will cover animal injury, animal death, animal running away, theft in the home, or damage to the sitter if they get scratched or bitten, and it will cover up to $10,000 per cat. Did I find it? Yeah, it's they insure a lot of boarding facilities in the pet industry. So that was kind of referred to me by, I think, like Pet Sitters International. And they were willing to provide insurance for a marketplace. That was also a hard piece to get. They're so traditional, both insurers and the pet industry, that I was like, hey, I'm doing this, and it kind of like boggled their mind, and it took a bit of shopping around to find the right people.
Well, Jessica hasn't asked her question yet, but I know she always likes to ask, like, what is the most significant challenges and hurdles that you're facing in trying to grow this business?
People, but then that always comes down to money. So if we had the manpower to have, a customer success person on call 24/7 to handle any emergencies, any inquiries, because we get things that come in at 2 a.m, and I wish I was awake and could not sleep, but that's not the case. So really having just a bunch of part-timers who can handle these more menial tasks while my co-founder and I really set the vision and strategy and direction and go out and fundraise, that would be a huge help. So if you guys know any interns or college students looking for a job, please send them my way.
Well, that will lead us to our final question, and that is, what can we as a community, everybody here, do to help you in your business?
Yeah, so helping me find the right people. And then if you guys know any cat enthusiasts, angel investors who would be interested in this company, I'd love to talk to them.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.